Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys my Odd Eyes deck profile for February 2016. It's a really fun deck. The main goal of the deck is to focus on your different fusion plays, exceed plays with Odd Eyes. So I bring you guys the deck profile. It's really fun. Mixes Performer Pals with the Magicians and the Odd Eyes. It's the most consistent build that I've found. So let's go ahead and get started. I run 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. He's the main card of the deck, so pretty much need him. His Pendulum effect allows you to search for other cards by at the end phase destroying this card and adding a monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. A lot of pendulums in this deck, so very versatile card. And you can always pendulum summon it back. And he also has a double damage effect when it battles an opponent's monster, and any battle damage it inflicts is doubled. So main card of the deck. And I also run 3 Skullcrobat Joker. Your most consistent card in the deck. He'll search out Odd Eyes, the Performer Pals, the Magicians, whatever you need for your specific play at the time. And also he is a scale 8, making it very needed in pendulum scales at times, just so you can get out your Odd Eyes, because that's one play you really want to focus on is, getting those out, using them for fusions, and then doing it all again next play. Oops. And I also run 3 Monkey Board. He's just your best scale 1 Performer Pal. Plus he also searches out the other scales. So if you don't already, have Skullcrobat to summon and add it, you can use it to add Skullcrobat and then normal it, or use it as the pendulum scale. And otherwise, if you don't have a Performer Pal on the other scale, it becomes a scale of 4, and you can discard this card to reveal 1 Performer Pal or 1 Odd Eyes in your hand. If you do, reduce the level of the monster in your hand by 1 for the rest of the turn. So it helps also with consistency with monsters that are outside the range of the scales. Plus, I also run 1 Lizard Draw and 1 Git Turtle. Git Turtle is good for the draw power pendulum scale, and Lizard Draw is great for destroying itself to draw. Just additional draw power with both of these cards. And I also run 1 Trump Witch. This is part of the fusion plays now. Trump Witch is good basically because once per turn you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as the fusion summon. So if you don't have Polymerization and you already use your normal, you can set the scale with her and get your fusion off for Rune Eyes or Beast Eyes. Beast Eyes doesn't require a fusion, or Vortex Dragon like that. And the tribute effect allows you to add Polymerization from your deck or graveyard back to your hand. And I also run 3 Silverclaw. This card's your best bet for the Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon plays. This and Odd Eyes is the easiest one to get out, just because this and Odd Eyes are easy pendulum targets. And I also run 2 Bitbite Turtle. Its pendulum effect is once per turn you can reveal 1 Performer Power Odd Eyes monster in your hand, and if you do, reduce the levels of the monsters in your hand with that name by 1 for the rest of the turn. And even after they are summoned, and even if this card leaves the field. So he's a scale of 3, making it easy to get out your level 4s and up with this card. And the level reduction, like I said earlier, is just a great play. And his monster effect is when this card is destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster that destroyed it. So it gets rid of pesky monsters. You can set this, they run it over, and it's a good way just to, destroy it. And I also run 2 Trump Girl. Her destruction effect is pretty awesome, and her monster effect as well. Once per turn, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material, including this card. And if this card's in the pendulum zone is destroyed, you can target 1 dragon fusion type monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So let's say you have Wavering Eyes. You could set this in the scale, activate it, and then destroy it and get your fusion monster back. And it also is a great out for not having your Polymerization at the time as well. And I also run 2 Splash Mammoth. This is just another target for fusion plays, for Beast Eyes especially. Once per turn, when a fusion monster is special summoned to your side of the field, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 face-up Odd Eyes from your extra deck. So along with using Odd Eyes for the fusion that you summon out, you can get it back out using Splash Mammoth. It's a really good play. And during your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 dragon-type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material. You can only use the effect of Splash Mammoth once per turn. So overall, a really great card. And now for the Magician variant of the deck. The Magician variant just helps for a consistency with the pendulum scales, because that was the biggest thing I found with the Performer Pal cards. Skullcrobat and Monkey Board do help, but these cards just, add on a little bit more pressure, because you do need to reach scales of 1 and 8 if you want to get Odd Eyes out. But Wisdom Eye helps just with the destruction effect, and it also helps with adjusting scales for Monkey Board. So like if Monkey Board's at a different scale, because let's say you don't have a Performer Pal on the other scale, Wisdom Eye can help with that. And I also run 3 Dragon Pit and 3 Dragon Pulse, just the easiest scales to use, along with their monster effects. Once per turn, if you have a Magician card in your other Pendulum Zone, you can discard 1 Pendulum monster, destroy a spell or trap on the field for Dragon Pit, and a face-up monster for Dragon Pulse. Just as a Pendulum card, not a Magician card, making these guys very viable and searchable off of Wisdom Eye. And I also run 1 Oath Dragon. This card just helps because it can get back resources from your graveyard when it's normal or special. And the set scale of 2 is also nice for getting out a lot of things you have, and also replenishing cards from your extra deck. And then for spells, I run 2 Polymerization, just, an extra fusion card to have around in case I don't have Trump, Girl, or Splash Mammoth for fusion summons, the needed for Rune Eyes. And I also run 3 Wavering Eyes. A lot of Pendulum monsters in the deck, so this one is a must-have. Very good, destroy unnecessary ones in the scale, search out something that can help with your plays. And I also run 3 Sky Iris, must-have with Odd Eyes, searches out Odd Eyes. Can't go wrong with this card. Protects your Pendulum Scales from card effect destruction. And I also run 1 Terraforming, just, to search out for the Sky Irises. Now, I didn't have Odd Eyes fusions to put into the main deck, but I would definitely recommend using it. And if I were to add them in, if I were able to get them, I'd take out the Terraforming. The search is good, but, Sky Iris running at 3, you could still easily get it into your hand. And I would also either take out 1 Dragon Pulse or 1 Dragon Pit. Most likely Dragon Pulse, just because Wisdom Eye and Oath Dragon can also help with the consistency. So running 2 Odd Eyes fusion. Or if that's not the case and you want to keep both of the Magicians in, I would take out the 1 Terraforming and 1 Polymerization, just because you have other methods of fusion summoning in this deck. And for the extra deck, I run 2 Rune Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This card, you need a Magician monster and Odd Eyes to summon this card, and he gets multiple attacks, and he's unaffected by card effects as well with a 3000k attack. He's a very big heavy hitter, and he's able to come back from the graveyard with some of your other card effects, so I like running him at 2. 1 Beast Eyes, just another good fusion target. This is for the beast monsters you have in the deck. Would run 1 more, but I only have 1 at the moment. If I had to, I would take out the Heartland Draco from my extra deck to add in a second one of that. 1 Vortex Dragon, just another great card. Fusion-wise, 1 Odd Eyes and 1 Pendulum Monster, making it very easy to get this card out as well. 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, 1 number 82, 1 Majester, 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Arc, 1 Kestel, 1 Dark Rebellion, 1 Emerald, 1 Levier, and 1 Alucard. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And Kira, twig out.